with coverage you can count on. This is the Erie News Nowcast.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for joining us here on Facebook Live for a check of some of the stories we're following here on your Thursday at Erie News Now. We started off with the latest developments in the Gabby Petito murder case. Investigators say they have found human remains not too far from a backpack that was believed to have belonged to Petito's missing fiance, Brian Laundrie. Now, police, along with Laundrie's parents, returned to that wildlife preserve south of Tampa on Wednesday, and that's where it all went down. It's a spot that had already been the focus of a pretty extensive search. Also a spot where Laundrie's parents found those items belonging to their son, apparently, and those human remains, and they found them only after about a half hour's worth of searching there. The FBI not saying exactly how long it could take to determine if those remains are, in fact, Brian Laundrie, who's been missing for weeks. He is the one and only person police have labeled as a person of interest in the death of his girlfriend, Gabby Petito, of course, who was found strangled to death out in Wyoming last month. Elsewhere this morning, the CDC's advisors meeting this Thursday with boosters on their agenda. It comes a day after the FDA panel okayed plans to offer those booster shots of the Moderna and Johnson & Johnson versions of the COVID vaccine, along with the possibility of mixing vaccine brands for those booster shots. FDA panel members say it was evidence of waning vaccine immunity is what really drove the decision. But for now, those boosters are only for people 65 years of age and up, at-risk groups. That could change. It's data from the National Institutes of Health that's driving the FDA's call when it comes to mixing and matching those booster shots. They say data shows a particular benefit of mixing and matching for people who initially got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. And the White House has unveiled its plan to roll out those shots to younger kids. The administration says they have enough doses for 28 million children ages 5 to 11. They're just waiting on the FDA to authorize the COVID vaccine for that younger age group. The FDA's advisors are set to meet next week to talk about Pfizer's request to authorize that vaccine for 5 to 11-year-olds. School leaders out of Penn State, Barron, they are dealing with that vaccine mandate, a relatively new one this morning. That's after the main campus expanded that mandate to 6 branch campuses, including Barron. Erie News Now's Elena Jonathan has more.
Penn State Barron employees will have until December 8th to be fully vaccinated. Both full and part-time employees, including student workers, will have until November 24th to receive their last dose to be considered fully vaccinated by the deadline. At Penn State Barron, the assistant director for admissions says the mandate is a good thing.
I think I'm a little surprised that it took so long to be mandated. I really thought it was going to be a mandate sooner, just because of the overall numbers.
Over in the library, Matthew Sizik, the director, agrees with Sanner. But the struggle, Sizik thinks, will be making sure that student workers on campus get their shot.
We are checking with our student workers to see what their vaccine status and making sure that they get vaccinated.
Companies all over the nation are struggling to find workers. With the new mandate, are employees at Barron worried about their colleagues leaving?
Yeah, I think it's going to ruffle some feathers for sure for certain faculty and staff members.
There has been some concerns, especially because it's in this labor market. It is very hard to hire people right now. So I think there are some legitimate concerns that this could cause people to walk away from their jobs at the university at this time.
That's Elena Jonathan reporting there. Elsewhere on your Thursday, the fate of Pennsylvania's face mask order for schools in the hands of some judges this morning in Harrisburg on Wednesday. Those judges heard arguments about that mandate and whether state law gives the health secretary the authority to impose it. Opponents argue Pennsylvania's mask mandate for schools goes beyond Allison Beam's powers as head of the health department. State lawyers argue the law gives that health secretary broad discretion to impose those disease control measures. The judges are considering 2 anti-mask lawsuits at this point, and there's no word right now on when they can make a decision. Well, police have charged the mother of a Tiddie toddler whose body was found near the Allegheny River. That's when the official search for a 2-year-old by the name of Izzy ended with that little girl's body being found along the Allegheny River. They say Izzy was with her siblings ages 5 and 3 when she fell into the river water. Izzy's mom, Patty Jo Vargason, now charged with endangering the welfare of a child. You may recall Erie News Now interviewed Vargason when this all happened. She said she was sleeping when Izzy and those other kids went through a gate and toward the Allegheny River. In their criminal complaint, police say Vargason negligently failed to supervise those kids. That's an active suspect search up in western New York this morning. Jamestown police looking for the suspect in a deadly Tuesday night shooting, one that they now say was not a random incident. Happened outside of a home along Water Street Tuesday night. 46-year-old Angel Pacheco shot and killed in his front yard. Investigators now say they believe Pacheco was targeted. Detectives at the scene were focusing on a sport utility vehicle that was parked nearby, but they have yet to say if they believe the vehicle is part of this one. No motive and no suspects for Jamestown police at this point. Down in Meadville, city leaders have okayed a plan to reduce the penalties for possessing small amounts of marijuana instead of a misdemeanor charge and the potential for a criminal record. Moving forward, this measure gives police officers in Meadville the discretion to just issue a summary charge for pot possession, basically a ticket. That would be for possession of less than 30 grams. So rather than a $1,000 fine, court costs, that would go down to about $300. And it looks like the area's newest medical marijuana dispensary is ready to open. This one called Good Blend. It's out at 38th and Pittsburgh in Erie, run by a company called Parallel. That's their 45th dispensary across the country, second here in Pennsylvania. That Good Blend set to open for business at 9 o'clock this coming Saturday. It'll be Erie County's third medical marijuana dispensary. All right, meteorologist David Wolter talking about some weather changes as we work through our Thursday.
Yeah, we're certainly looking at more of those scattered showers and some thunderstorms as we do get into the afternoon. We're looking at the best risk for maybe some of those stronger storms between about 2 and 8 p.m. So this is getting us into the afternoon towards the early evening hours, but we will be dealing with rounds of some of these showers and storms. The main threat certainly going to be the potential, at least, for some strong winds. Only a marginal risk, and that's really on the very low end of the severe weather scale. So we may have some showers out there around 6, 7 o'clock or so, but that cold front by then starts to move on through, and eventually we'll be drying things out. Make sure to tune in to later editions of Erie News Now. Maybe do have plans to go to Zubu tonight. Keep an eye on John Stalin's forecast and Doppler Max. That way you can determine exactly where those storms are and how it could possibly be impacting those evening plans. Right now we are watching these showers and storms farther to the west, and they will generally be sliding into the area as we do get into the afternoon. You'll notice that once we get towards noon, some showers out there, more in the way of those scattered showers and storms as we continue through the middle and even part of the latter part of the afternoon. But notice there is also a little break in between. We will certainly see a little break before the main cold front comes on in by around 7, 8 o'clock. And that doesn't have a whole lot of precipitation with it, but we'll certainly have a quick bout of some heavy rain, gusty winds. Winds turn around, and we are definitely getting that cooler air into place later on tonight. We're dipping down into the 40s, and we're staying in the 50s for highs. We'll have partly sunny skies for the day on Friday. Still maybe an isolated morning shower out there, and we could still have a couple more for the day on Saturday. Rain chances might be going up just a little bit more. Temperatures right now, we are in the 50s out there, lower and middle 50s, certainly jacket worthy this morning, but temperatures will still be making their way up into the middle and upper 60s as we continue into at least the early afternoon, but more scattered showers, possibly even a thunderstorm in there. Temperatures today into the middle 60s in Crawford County. We'll keep an eye on those storms as they do move on in during the afternoon. Again, heavy rain, gusty winds going to be the primary issue with this, and we'll see some of the storms a bit later on in the afternoon in Warren County. So temperatures coming down tonight, and we'll talk more about this extended outlook in just a moment.
It's the middle of the morning. You may be thinking about dinner plans. Here's an idea, a new Halloween-themed sausage that's being put together by a meat market in Wisconsin. It's getting a lot of attention, all because of its secret ingredient that's not really so secret. You just take a look at this Spooktoberfest brat. Yeah, this one has 3 ingredients, and yeah, a close-up examination can kind of give you a hint of what the third one is. Pork, beer, and candy corn. Yeah, you saw those orange lumps inside the sausage. This unique combination of foods described as, quote, slightly sweet and not scary at all. The sausage sells for $5 a pound, all at the Jennifer Street Market up in Madison, Wisconsin. The creator of this candy corn bratwurst says somebody told him his creation actually should be a felony criminal offense. Some candy corn haters might agree there, but this sausage maker says he doesn't think he has done anything wrong. And we know David Wolter has professed his love, but his affinity for candy corn over the years. So would you take that candy corn when it's cooked up in a sausage?
No, absolutely not. No, that's disgusting.
It's a little bit weird combination. I got.
Yeah, I'm probably with a grand majority of people on this one. All right, in terms of fall weather, you know, it is candy corn season. It's Halloween season in general, and we're getting down into those cooler temperatures, certainly feeling like fall as we head into the weekend. Some showers still out there. We'll have those chilly nights as well next week. Not much of a rise in temperatures. More showers, a better likelihood as we get into your Monday.
All right, that'll do it. Thank you for watching this edition of the NOWCAST. We'll be back on Facebook Live about the same time tomorrow. A reminder, we've got 30 minutes of news coming your way at noon on WSEE. I'm Mark Saul today. Have a great Thursday.